Hey guys, it's Christy here, and welcome back to another episode of Detective Grimoire. Hopefully the last episode. I mean, I am 95%, so we should be able to find the last 5% in this episode, I think. I'm sorry I made you guys wait so long for the finale. I've got something else I've been cooking on for a while now, and I keep thinking that next video is going to be the announcement video, and then next thing I know, it's been a month since I posted anything. And the thing I'm working on is still not ready. Anyway, I will say, I'm not gonna say what I did, but there may have been a slight oversight in this game, to where I now have spoilers for the ending a little bit, but anyway, after editing last video, I wrote some notes down of things I noticed, because there was one of those things that I noticed I noticed in the editing in the previous video, and that I forgot again. But one of them is, I have yet to present these black leggings. I've had them for several episodes, and I'm surprised no one has yelled at me for this. But because they're so dark and everything else is grayed out, I kept just not seeing them.
Let's see. First thing we do is put the sample and
Yeah, I know.
Now I know what that liquid consists of. I'll write it down in my notes. The swamp slime. It's all the same. It's the exact same liquid again. There's something about that.
Yeah, that's what I
slime.
figured there would be something to do with this. I still can't believe every single liquid we found was the exact same thing. Found in the treehouse. Seen crime and is the only reason that could prove that. I'm surprised we don't have the slime as an option here. I guess it's probably gonna be like these two, because these are the only ones that have liquid on them. And green, and one. Yeah, same swap one. There we go.
The fireplace poker found at the crime scene and the black leggings are covered in the same swamp slime. Sally's leggings. They link her with the crime scene. I'll have to ask her about it.
Yeah, because Sally is definitely our top suspect. Another thing I wrote down that I don't think really helps us much in the way of getting clues, but I know that last episode I was like, I don't know what the significance of these are. When I was editing it, I remembered that these these flowers are only found outside the museum. Yeah, these ones right here. They're these petals. So basically all that really tells us is that Echo was at the museum at one point and probably went through that side door that we can't open. I wanted to try and click on this path again, because I am convinced that there are certain interactions that were locked behind chapter headings, because there were three things I found last episode: the gun and the cart and the flower petals, and all three of those, I am convinced I clicked on them and Grimoire just gave like a short description of the item without anything popping up. I don't know if I have proof, because that might have been edited out if I didn't think it was important. But funny enough, it's the flower petal that's really getting me, because I know I saw that, I thought that looked weird, and I tried to click on it multiple times, and it was just Grimoire talking about the path again. And I don't know if it's just a weird hitbox or what. But anyway.
There's a narrow path here leading up that hill and through the trees. It doesn't look inviting. I'm not sure it's...
Okay. So this path isn't part of that, but I am still convinced, okay? I was like, maybe I should go back and click on this. So, the other thing I have written down, let me look through my clues. Gonna be... No, I don't think it's gonna be in my clues. And if it's not in my clues, maybe it's not important, but... it doesn't say. So the other thing I was thinking was, the padlock to the tent. I just tried a random date on it. I was thinking that it might be the date that the TV show released.
It's only... That might...
I don't know if it told me, actually. That's unfortunate, because I was like... I thought I was really onto something with that one, because that guy, he really likes the cartoon, right? So it's like, it would make sense that the date of the cartoon release would be the date, or would be the code for the lock. I'm not seeing anywhere where they told us the date of the cartoon. Notes? I mean under notes. Well, that's a bummer. I really thought I was onto something with that one. So, I guess our only thing to do now is go talk to Sally. Man, I'm like, I was like... I'm bummed that out of all three of my notes, the only one that actually did anything for us is the fact that I forgot those dang leggings for 3 episodes in a row. So wait, oh, challenge unlocked, right. I didn't realize I hadn't unlocked the challenge.
The black leggings you found in your bag this morning. They're covered in the same slime that was on the murder weapon.
Everything in this swamp is covered in slime. What's your angle, Grimoire?
Your black leggings were part of the murder costume. I proof that you were wearing them during the murder. This exact slime hasn't been found anywhere else. That's not true at all. We found it literally everywhere. I'm gonna say this one.
Your black leggings were part of the murderer's costume.
Costume? Is that why someone took them out of my bag last night?
Well, you know, I don't have proof someone else took them.
If I had been wearing them when I committed a crime, do you think I would hand them over to a detective the second he shows up? Besides, look at them. What do you notice?
How am I supposed to tell? I'm gonna assume this one, but like, how am I supposed to tell?
They're loose and stretched.
That's right, someone else. Someone larger than me has worn these. They're stretched out, especially at the waist. It's pretty obvious.
So, let's see. Somebody stole them to use in their boggy costume, and then put them back in your bag when they were done?
If you say so. It's not my job to know all the details. It's my job to sell souvenirs. Do you want a souvenir?
Oh, yes, but only if you choose one for me.
You look like you could use something to wind up. You can take this one.
Okay. That's so loud. What? Okay. Oh, I should look and see if...
I think it's time I went to talk to Officer James.
Never mind. The beginning of the end. Okay. So it was literally just the stupid black leggings that were holding us up. Wait, so... 100%. So we were never gonna get into the locked 10? I'm confused.
It's a humble gift.
Yeah, was the locked 10 just a ruse, or is that something we're gonna do now?
You finally returned. Well, did you find the swamp creature? Where is he?
I forgot all about him! Swamp creature. I'm gonna say I didn't
find him.
What? You're not getting paid to wander about aimlessly, Grimoire. Get back out there!
I don't need to.
I don't need to.
Buggy's criminal record.
Why not? I thought he was our prime suspect.
Well, not anymore.
Didn't you find photographic evidence of Buggy from last night? Let me see that photo.
We didn't tell you about that. How do you know about that? It was this one.
If
right?
that's not Buggy, what is it?
I found designs for the costume in a trash can. Not only that, I collected all the pieces of the costume myself. Well, nearly all of them. There's still the one that...
But the footprints at the scene of the crime! How can you prove these don't belong to a real creature?
How can we prove that they don't belong to her? Oh yeah, we are missing... Oh, I bet we're gonna find out that the shoes are in his tent. Although it would be weird if he's a little dumb if he disposed of all of the costume pieces and was like, oh crap, I forgot to take off my shoes. Okay, so what is it asking for me? Oh yeah, was it... Which one had... Oh, the missing page.
What's this? I thought there were no records of a footprint anywhere.
No public records. The footprints at the crime scene don't match the ones on this page. They were just a product of these slippers. A part of the costume.
But Grimoire, this costume, it doesn't have claws of any kind. How do you explain the 3 wounds on the victim's chest?
I do like that they're making me go through everything and not just being like, yeah, it's this guy.
The prongs match up with the wounds perfectly. The handle's even covered in slime, see?
Ah, but this swamp slime was one of the reasons Buggy became a suspect in the first place. Surely this only incriminates the creature further.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But that slime, it's not exactly what you think.
It is kind of funny though, that it's just, this guy's just like freaking interrogating us. It was our job to figure it out, and he's like, are you sure?
This stuff has an uncanny resemblance to the so-called swamp slime. A bunch of it was stolen from the storeroom of the cafe, which reminds me.
What is that, exactly?
A poisoned hot dog. It's the second reason that the murderer broke into the storeroom. He put this green powder on the entire supply, just to make sure.
To make sure of what?
I forgot about the poisoned hot dog. To make sure Remington got ill and had to return to his office.
Sure Remington got ill and had to return to his office.
Remington went back to his office? Alone?
That's not suspicious. What do you mean? It's his office.
I've been looking through your evidence, Grimoire. One piece in particular seems critical to me. I think we need to work out.
Video footage? Vincent Vanderpeer filmed it last night, at the exact moment of the murder, I believe.
Well, exactly. I think we can both agree these sounds in the background. They're essential in our mystery. Could you talk me through them? Just rearrange the descriptions on the left to match the sounds on the right.
This is fun. I was kind of hoping... I was actually kind of hoping that came up again.
Drag them around and keep swapping until you're happy with the order. And if you want to hear the sounds again, you can tap on them.
Okay.
No problem. I can always check my case file if I want to go over my notes.
So which parts am I dragging around? These ones? Yeah, okay. Remington rips off some curtain fabric as he falls. Remington cries out in shock and falls backwards. Remington lands on a plank outside his office. This is a lot of assumptions, but... Remington fires his hunting rifle at the carpet. I'm assuming that's this one. Yeah. That's a very quiet gun. Culprit grabs a metal poker and stabs Remington. Remington lands on the... Oh, wait. Remington cries out in shock as Boggy appears. Culprit drops the metal poker in the office. Culprit opens Remington's office door. So probably the creaking. Then metal poker in the off. Oh no, wait. That's not... I wanted to grab this one. This one? The curtain... This one...
Ah, excellent. There's just 2 small details bothering me.
I didn't see what
First of all,
he said.
if Remington ripped off a piece of his curtains, why wasn't it found at the crime scene? What happened to it?
I don't know what Grimoire said because I was trying to click on the sound and I accidentally skipped it. Why wasn't it found? I mean, it was found in the headpiece.
Turns out the murderer took that piece of fabric and concealed it inside the head of the costume. Then he fled the crime scene to hide all the parts in different areas of the swamp.
Ah, well, that's my problem. If Remington fired his rifle, how did the assailant survive and manage to escape? Did Remington miss his target?
At point blank? A man of his experience? I don't think so. In fact, the answer to that question is the very last link in our chain. The
I didn't
one
think about
thing
that.
has eluded me so far. I'll drag the clue items from the left onto my drawing here, and we'll see what happens when we compare the pieces I collected.
Oh yeah, we're missing the body piece, right? Oh, we do have the feet. I don't remember getting the feet.
With the original design I found.
So I guess we're missing the body piece. Hello, I'm the murderer.
Wait! You never found the body piece! The torso!
You're right, and I never would have found it. Not lying around. Not like the others.
But what does this have to do with the murderer surviving the rifle shot?
This torso is probably made up of some thick material, something covering the culprit's entire upper body. I believe it may have even been enough to
soften the impact from a bullet! Aha!
Exactly.
Well, let's put your theory
That's
to the
crazy.
test. Where is that last piece of the costume?
That's also crazy considering I'm pretty sure that was a shotgun. It's
How?
in here.
We looked everywhere. Not a single clue.
Simple. He's still wearing it.
He is? I mean, I guess he was dressed in what? Wait, but wouldn't we be what?
I don't know what.
Oh,
you
I
want
guess
with me.
he's got a
Sounds
poncho.
like you two were smart enough to uncover the real criminal in this swamp, and lucky enough to have somebody else deal with him for you. You worked it out. He had his rifle on him. He got half a glance at me and pulled the trigger without hesitation.
But why would he do that? You were dressed as Buggy. He shouldn't be pointing his gun at a unique scientific specimen, not to mention his main attraction.
You're right. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, does it? Not unless you're in on the secret.
Frame because wait, was eaten by Boggy. Okay, Richard Remington was here to hunt Boggy. I think that's yeah. I think that one.
The hunting photo leads me to believe Richard Remington was here to hunt Boggy.
The hunter and the hunted. Did I not call this ending or what? I can't believe that was a shower thought.
A secret society, an order of hunters, seeking out mysterious and elusive creatures.
The order goes further than this one man, and much further than this one swamp.
The whole thing is kind of distressing. I knew something was wrong as soon as I stepped into that office.
I'm glad you've finally come around. It's not just
But what about Remington? He was a member of this order?
He made Boggy his own personal project, his own obsession. For years he hunted the creature, the potential perfect addition to his collection.
But he owned the tourist attraction. He set it up himself, didn't he?
He did. It was just his way of forming a legal loophole. Since the area became protected, he and his friends were unable to come here for hunting anymore. Boggy's Bog was just a front for his own little game. A man pursuing a creature.
A creature that might not even exist.
And that's why Remington kept a rifle nearby at all times?
Well, exactly. He didn't want to take any chances.
Now, don't you see? I did this place a service. Did Boggy a service. That creature, he can live in peace again.
Can he? You tried to frame him for murder. You wanted everyone to think he was some kind of ruthless predator?
Well, think about it. Once he became suspected of murder, they'd have no choice but to shut this whole place down. Everyone would finally realize they had no business here.
He's not a killer. You didn't have the right. How can you know what Boggy wanted? Do these matter? I mean, these all feel like kind of correct. I guess I'm gonna go with this one, because, like, maybe he knows, maybe he does know Boggy. That would be an interesting thing to find out.
How can you know what Boggy wanted? He might not be what you're...
Detective.
You. It's...
It's finished. Well, don't be angry. You should be glad. It's finally time to leave the swamp. You have another job to do.
I don't know.
Not that it makes any difference to somebody like you, but I never intended to kill him. Just to scare him.
I knew it!
Him. Boggy wasn't going to let him live here in peace any longer. But, true to form, he had his rifle on him. You worked out the rest yourself.
Do I think it makes a difference? I think it makes a difference. Yeah.
It makes a difference.
Well, Mr. Everstone, I'm afraid you'll still have to come with us. Fortunately, there's a police station just a few miles down.
Hey, wait!
What the frick is he doing?
Aha!
Looks like you solved more than one mystery tonight.
I did wonder if we were ever gonna find the hat. This is incredibly loud for me. I don't know if it's incredibly loud for you guys. But I figured it's okay for the ending to be super loud. Maybe I'll have to turn it down to editing, I don't know. I can't even hear myself.
Grimoire.
Well, what did they decide to do?
We had Mr. Everstone questioned. He was happy to tell us everything he knew. A number of rumors going around the department have been confirmed.
And Remington's office?
Searched, down to the last detail. And, well, we agree with you, but I know what you're thinking. I'd love to put an end to it, just the same as you, but there's always...
Are we going after them?
We'd better be.
I'm wondering how this ties into the next game, because in the next game is also the Remingtons, but we're not like... To be fair though, I think, didn't the... I do think that's an interesting ending, that we're ending on the conclusion that... I mean, we caught the murderer, but he's not necessarily a bad guy. As opposed to, like, Tangle Tower's murderer, who was, like, actually kind of a psychopath. They're very different villains, and I like that. It makes me have hope that the next game is gonna be just as fun and original. I mean, I had hope anyway, but you know what I mean, that it's not gonna be the same kind of story, because this was a very different story from Tangle Tower. Well, this might be a shorter episode than I thought it was gonna be, actually. I'm looking at my recording time, and I've only been recording 30 minutes, but it's finally finished. We finished the game. Oh, I'll tell you how I spoiled myself, by the way. I saw this achievement, due diligence, full suspicion on the culprit and no on anyone else. And I was like, well, that's easy. I was like, okay, I can lock in my answer. Surely they won't give me that achievement until the game's actually finished, right? Because otherwise you could just brute force it until you figure out who the murderer is. Nope, they gave it to me immediately. So, I knew going into this episode that my suspicion was confirmed, but I already kind of knew that anyway. Like, I was already pretty confident in that answer. I just am a little bit annoyed that the Steve achievement gave it to me immediately. Now, I don't know what these other achievements I missed, but I am kind of guessing that maybe the intruder alert is getting into the tent, which I never figured out how to do. I guess whatever was in there wasn't important to solving the mystery. It was just, like, for achievement's sake, I guess. But anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for today. I hope you enjoyed. I certainly enjoyed this game. And I'll be back with another video, whatever. I need to just accept that the thing I'm working on is taking way longer than I think it's going to, and just post other stuff until then. Hopefully, it won't be too much longer, but I guess we'll find out.